now investigating that clinic.
The United States Postal Service touted it as a way to track mail in almost real time, but now a tech news website claims that there are flaws in the computer, and that program may have exposed information for some 60 million customers. The flaws involve a service called Informed Visibility, which targets marketing campaigns. If you haven't heard of it, here's how it works. An organization or a business signs up, and then they receive notifications when its bulk mail is processed and transported. When they receive a GPS notification when the mail arrives at its destination, it is meant to help businesses and organizations time their marketing campaigns. But Krebs on Security reports anybody who has logged in could see the other users' information, including authorized users, their street address, email numbers, and phone numbers as well, which in theory they could then change. We reached out to the Postal Service about those claims, and they were quick to insist it is not a data breach, but a vulnerability that was quickly corrected. The statement went on to say there is no indication customers' records were exploited. Krebs on Security claims it was contacted by an anonymous researcher who says he reached out to the Postal Service about a year ago about the flaws, but they were not fixed until recently.